Hello, everyone. This is Pastor Britt Strohecker at New Beginnings Church in Middletown, Pennsylvania. Hey, it's a new week. I'm recording this on Sunday, the 19th of November. Hard to believe that we're already up to the Thanksgiving holiday here in the United States of America. So before I say anything else, I hope that everybody's safe in their travels this week and whatever their holiday plans are, and that everyone has a happy Thanksgiving. So, where do we begin today? How about we begin at the beginning? Because the first verse in the Bible is so critical for our faith life that we really need to take a hard look at it. And what is that first verse? Well, you should know it by heart. From the New Living Translation, it says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." So in the beginning, who created the heavens and the earth? God did. Now, I know in today's world, we are looking at two different theories here that people argue over all the time. Is there an intelligent design to the universe? Or is the universe just one big mass of happenstance? So that's the two different things that we're looking at here. And I want to talk about this because this is critical for our life in deciding whether or not we are going to be having any type of faith life or spiritual life or not. Because it all depends on whether or not we believe that there is only one true God who created the heavens and the earth. So we need to make a decision for ourselves. Do we agree with this statement? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Do we agree and believe in that statement? Are we willing to make a commitment to stand upon that statement? Well, I was thinking about this in my own personal life, and here's the way I look at it. First of all, when I take the time to look at nature, really look at it. How is it put together? How does it work? What does it have? I think about the plant life. Plants are all different, but they use kind of the same type of biotechnology to make themselves be able to be living and thriving and active in this world. They need food and water, just like any other living thing. And they need air. And they need something to flourish them, like good soil that is full and rich in minerals. And also they have to have a good water supply. And if they have all those things, then they also have to have sunlight, which the photosynthesis process that we learned about in science class is able to take place. These are all critical items that are necessary for just plants to exist. And for them to exist in different varieties and be designed in a way, or have a design, because I don't want to sound biased in this argument here. I just want to tell you that the way they're put together to ensure their survival and enable them to survive in the environment that they are growing in, it's just amazing to see how they have adapted to their environment and they're ready and willing to grow and flourish. And it's just amazing to me. The trees themselves, up here in Pennsylvania where I'm located, we have 4 seasons, and the different seasons, you can see the trees and all the plant and animal life going through their cycles with the seasons. Right now, we're in the fall season or the autumn season where the trees, their leaves have all changed color, which, that in itself happens naturally when the climate changes in this area, and it's beautiful to look at. It's just absolutely stunning. The colors that you see in the leaves, and then they certainly start to turn brown and they wither and they fall off the tree branches and the branches are left bare. So the trees are kind of dormant without that source of water or that source of photosynthesis during the months when they have lost all their leaves and they're just kind of barren there. But they kind of go dormant during those winter months, staying alive with the minerals and the water source that they're receiving from the ground and also soaking in from the rains. So it's just amazing that all this stuff happens and they go through their cycles. The flowers, I mean, my daughter planted, I can't even think of what it is, but it's a plant that has these huge, beautiful flowers on them. And what's weird is these flowers will develop these big, gigantic bulbs. And then one day they just open up and they are so beautiful to look at. But the shame of it is the flower itself only lasts for one day. One day. That's all the time that it is in existence. But while it is in existence, it is so beautiful to look at. It's just a shame that they only last for a day. But they have their own natural cycle. The animals, I mean, even insects. You look at the biotechnology that's ingrained in them. You know, how they're able to see, how they're able to sense and interact with the environment around them, how they're able to discover food sources for themselves, and how they're able to reproduce and work together in hives. You know, ants working together in colonies, birds swarming together, especially like when you look at the migratory birds. It's unbelievable, fascinating. I mean, they have a purpose for why they fly in V's, because it enables them to cover long distances with the stronger flyers up front and the tired flyers in the back, who are riding on the currents being developed by the front of the V. And then they are able to sort of rest while they're still flying, regain their strength, and eventually make their way back up front. And if one of them is injured, they will leave the V, go down, and one other bird will go with them and see, okay, are you going to be okay? What's going on? You know, and if they're okay, then they wait for the next V to come along and they go. But if the bird's not okay and it appears the bird's going to perish, then the bird that went down with him will eventually wait that period out and then go up with one of the other V's. So, I mean, I could go on and on and on, obviously, because the world is a huge place. And, you know, just looking how the universe is set up and how it is rotating, and there's an energy of gravity that makes planets rotate around stars and stars to rotate through galaxies. I mean, to me, to believe that all of this happened by chance is almost the same as somebody saying to me, hey, I know for a fact that in my lifetime, I'm going to win multiple, not just one, but multiple $1 million jackpots from the lottery. I mean, who can make that statement? And yes, there may be some people out there who have been very fortunate to win a couple times, but multiple $1 million jackpots won? I mean, you know what the chances are for something like that happening? They're, you know, as astronomically against a person ever experiencing that. And if they do experience that, boy, that's one heck of a chance where they got really lucky. And that's what I look at when people say this universe just suddenly exploded from within itself and expanded and then just happened to line itself up the way it is naturally. That's hard for me to believe when I see all the purpose that is built into every plant, every insect, every animal, every person. I mean, there's so much that is built into the life systems and the biosystems that make these living things alive and thrive in an environment that is exactly what is necessary for their survival. To me, there's a lot of intelligent design in all of that. So, can I believe that this all just happened to develop and evolve like it did? No, I'm sorry, I can't. Because to me, there's too many things that speak against that if I look at this from a reasonable and rational standpoint. But when I see how everything has a purpose and a plan and design and how it all fits together in like a symbiotic, that's another phone that I don't have to get, a symbiotic relationship with each other. I'll tell you what, to me, there is an intelligent design in the universe. So for me to read the first line in Genesis, and it says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth," I can accept that, because when I look at the heavens and the earth and the way that they operate and the way that they are developed and the way that they're able to go through their natural processes, and that there's a natural order to everything, to me that speaks highly of an intelligent design. And to me, that leads me to the conclusion that I cannot deny that there is a creator of the universe. And the Bible tells me that creator is God. So that's the standpoint where you really need to start looking at your faith life and where you stand spiritually. Take a look at yourself. Take a look at the animal life and the insect life, the plant life, and the way the universe is built. And really look at it. Really take a strong, long, and hard look at it and try to understand how it all works together. I think you will see some answers to the question, is there a God, come to life right before you, where you cannot deny that there is a creative power in the universe. And who is this creative power? Well, the Bible defines the creative power as God. And the way the Bible describes God fits in with the way I see the universe and all creation around us. But that's my opinion. You have to make up your mind on yours. But think about these things, because I know a lot of you kind of sometimes question, is there or is there not a God? Well, start with the first thing that's said about him in the Bible. In the beginning, he created everything. Okay? Well, is there evidence that there's a creator out there? Looking at nature, I believe there is. What do you believe? Until next time, remember, nothing in this world is more important than the love of Jesus Christ. I'll talk to you soon.